If you guys can just bear with us here a little bit, we're having some technical difficulties with power, but we've just about got it resolved. Give us 3 or 4 minutes and we should be ready.
What did you do? This is clothes from your mom. Go, Mama.
Hey, you're on camera.
I am. Oh, hi, guys. Oops. This is clothes from your godmama. Good morning or afternoon. So, Miss Hannah Bell, all in her Chinese outfit. Want to wish everybody a happy Lunar Chinese New Year. It was like a zoo in here this morning. Roger and I got here at 10. There's probably 20 cars in the parking lot. Everybody's got cartloads and cartloads of orchids, right? And the auntie was calling us for backup. Anyways, hi, my name is Jamie Fang. Sorry, we were running a little late and we have power issues and I was with customers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Brian, come and say hi. Everybody missed you. That was a great greeting, right? All right, so my name is Jamie Fang for all the new members. We have quite a few new members. Welcome. If you missed a lot of our podcasts, you could go under topics on upper part right underneath where the members. Underneath there's all these sub sections called announcements about us. There's topics. There's albums. Driving Club members, you could add your pictures frequently to the Dragonfly Club, the pictures in the album. Topics is have every topic there is. Fertilizer, Mega Thrive, jumpers, special jumpers. Oh, there's a live podcast from previous. Is it from day one? No. Day one from Brian? So all the previous podcasts will be there as well. The members should watch it within the group because at the YouTube we don't put the show and tell there. So it's just the pre-show and Norman's topics, right? What episode are we on? 40 something? Okay. Well, welcome. Today, what are we gonna do? I think people are asking about how to wire or spike or stake taller plants, so we'll just do a little bit of that. Hannah, she's a little needy. She hasn't seen me all day because I was with clients all day. Here you go. Hannah Bell. Okay, so I saw this oncidium just in the walkway, so I thought I'd bring it over and show you how to spike some of these tall oncidiums. Yeah, this is not a good stand. So whenever you spike something, you can have a tray or something a little hardy to help you anchor. And here we have scissors that we already sterilized. So we all gonna have these old spike that's left on from previous year. These are clean already, so when it just oncidiums and anything that's not a fail, I guess, you would cut all the way down, like a cymbidium, oncidium, the vandas and stuff. They're not gonna spike halfway, so you might as well cut all the way down. If you're not quite sure, Wait till they turn into yellowish, bamboo-ish, then you could cut it. Okay. And usually I like to clean our plants. But when you clean, you got to be real careful because sometimes the new growth is there. So you don't want to snap off a new growth coming up. So you could do like what I taught you about the Phal part. Just cut it in half and you could tear. I try to tear versus use blades and stuff to cut. So if I don't have to use a blade or scissors, the best, because that alleviates a lot of contamination. Usually I like to clean because a lot of the time the bugs could be hiding in there. Brian is here. Brian's in the house. You, Brian. She's all looking. So you can hug your plant, get all personal with your plant, clean it up as much as you can. Again, there might be new growth, so be careful. You don't want to take out the new growth. Okay, but if you need to, use your scissors. I just try not to. With the Oncidium, I usually like to use bamboo. And again, this is very overgrown, so where am I going to put my bamboo, right? Without cutting into a bulb or... So I'm going to have to find a hole. Again, your bamboo is going to have to be behind your spike. So I found a little spot right here. What I did is squeeze the pot so I have a little room. I am not cutting into any root system or any bulbs. So I just cut it into a part that I could just anchor. Then I'm just going to spike and put twisties on there. If you have a clip, you could use a clip to help you anchor for a little bit without. You gotta remember, I've been doing this for many, many decades. You can use a clip to help you support it. Okay. And this one, it's a little leaning toward the back, but I'm doing the best I can because we don't really have a lot of room to put the bamboo stick in it. Again, when you do a twist tied on Oncidium, I like to do it as close to the bamboo or wire, whichever you're using, and then just twirl and put it down. But this one broke off. This Oncidium is usually like 5 or 6 feet tall. This one kind of got broke off, but earlier I should have saved it for now, but a client wanted it. Imagine this is 6 feet tall, because then you would want to spike it all the way up. So when you use the bamboo, which is what I love, if you could shoot here, Roger, the tip of the bamboo has a hole, right? So that's where I'm going to put the wire in. Sometimes the bamboo doesn't have a hole, then I had to be a little bit more creative to attach the wire to the bamboo. But this one's great. I like to pick one with a hole interior so we could just put our wire through. So then I'm just going to use the wire. If you are brave, you could twirl. I know it's going to be really hard to see, right, guys? You could twirl the wire like I do with the Phal. Or if you're not comfortable, then just put a twisty. It's kind of hard to talk and try to do this and not snap it off like somebody I know that does this a lot.
Okay, she got a dress.
No, she's got her Chinese outfit on. I don't have a wire cutter. I'm trying to hold the terracotta pod. There you go. Huh? Okay, yeah, I know. It came off. So, yes, then you kind of wrap it around. And if you don't want to rest it, you could do a little twisty and tie at the end. But I don't have the right tool here, sorry. So here we go. So you have it up, or you could do sometimes we do you know how you see heart shape, and if I spike this a little bit shorter, I could actually twirl all the way down. So this wire will help me maneuver the spike either straight up, down. Maybe for Valentine, I could find something we can make a heart. Just with the help of the wire. If I do really want it to wire all the way down, I use my bamboo a little bit shorter, longer wire. That'll give it full, to be able to twirl it down. So that makes, can you see this? Phew, that was sweaty. That was hot. Didn't realize it was this hot today in the greenhouse. Where Roger's lair, so he's already stripping off. Hannah, can you sit? Sit down. Anyway, so that's one on how to spike or stake a tall plant. Just be real careful that when you're spiking, make sure you have a good base to hold your plant. So it's either a tray or a terracotta pot. I think Norman has one here. I think this is for him, his talk. Hannah, baby, can you sit down? Okay. So this one, he has it with a wire, or we just had it with a wire. So this one, I think this is Shariana. Yeah, Shariana would be pretty more graceful with arch versus straight up. So I'm going to leave the wire as it. I think this is tall enough. And with the help of the clip, I could start with that. How close can you get to what I'm doing, Roger? So with this, it's not a bamboo, so I really don't have a hole I could stick to it. So what I'm doing is making a kind of my own little, and what do you call that, loop around. And be careful, you want it more flexible because you don't want it to choke the spike. Okay? So again, when you wire, you hold the stem with you. Your hand move with it. You want to hold the spike, otherwise you'll bend the spike, break the spike, and you're probably going to kill me. Jamie's stupid idea. Okay, so this wire is not even long enough, but it's serving its purpose for me. See, just twirl it around toward the end. I'm going to make a hook. Be careful when you make the hook. You got to bend it in because you don't want it to be watering, or you end up poking your own eyes off. See, I make this little clip back. Your tip of your wire is not sticking out, so you're not going to hurt anybody or your eyes. Right, so this will be gorgeous when it's in flower. It'll be nicely cascade. I think somebody's asking me how to do a cascade. Well, this is how you do a cascade. I always clean up whatever is not necessary. Again, whenever you work with any, hold your main spike, because when you take off a little side branch, you might snap off your branch. Okay. And I like my plant clean. I don't like to see a clippy. Somebody was asking, I think it's Urena, about the wire. We don't have a wire here. My wire pack. That's all right. But yeah, usually I like to use my wire pack. It's not here. No, it's all right. Oh, somebody was asking about our wire stick that I'm using. I think it's Lamson. This is the wire that it's on the website by the pack, and I'm not sure if this is oh no, this is with that. But anyway, it's under supply. But this is the wire that I use, and there's only one length. If it gets really tall, you could add, but you want it to spike and do your. At the nursery, we use clippies to start spiking. There's several stages here. When they start spiking, you don't want to. We usually don't want to spike when the buds hasn't really fully developed yet, but we just kind of hold it high, hold it up. So then we'll do all the wiring above when the buds are out. It looks so much better than a whole bunch of clippies. Yeah, and then last time you guys caught me wearing clippies on my hair to put my hair up. So it's multi-use. Okay, so it's so much cleaner. If we have this plant here when it's all fully open, we'll have Norman show it again. But you have a nice cascade. And if I'm doing arrangement, if I need it tall, I'll just wire it a little bit taller. Can you imagine we did a Stuartiana tree, a cherry blossom tree, all full, so it would be in all different stages. Okay, good. You turn on the light while it's just about to get off.
We want you to look good.
It's very hard to make me look good. I finally got a haircut. But anyway, so yeah, so when you want to do a cascade wire, and number one, the flower has to be somewhat able to bend. You can't bend something that's going to be straight up. It's very hard to work against gravity. Can I have that plant, Norman? Then I guess, right? No, I'm going to spike it. Well, that one's going to be very hard to spike. Oh, yellows, yes. To remake? Yeah. This will be a good one to, yeah, this is for us to remake. This is yellow. Celoponensis versus the white. And we have Precious dog here that refused to move, so I have to work around her. Annabelle woke up at 2 coughing, worry. Got me all worried. Didn't know what she was doing. So this one, I think it's probably still best. Well, maybe we could just do a straight wire. And this is probably something you don't want to do at home. Let me do it. If this is too hard, you want to just use this part, use a bamboo or a thicker wire to support, because this is kind of, even I have a hard time doing. This one, I'm not going to wrap it, because if I wrap it out, pretty sure I'll break something. Hey, that's Uncle Norman. I should really have my wire. Hey, Jeff, can you get up for a minute and grab my wire? It's right there by my coat.
Which one?
My brown wire.
No.
Hannah? Hannah, can you smell the flower? Don't eat it. Smell it. There you go. Here you go. These are the wire that I usually love to work with. And these are my commercial bulk. I cut a really, really tiny piece because I don't really want to see it. It's really hard to do. Your wire should be on the bottom of your stem. And I hope I don't embarrass myself and knock a flower off. It's been done before. It was a full house in here this morning. So I think after the podcast, it'll get full again. You probably wonder if you guys want to try this at home. And I may tell you don't. Are you guys having a heart attack?
When you're done, can you give them the number of that plant? A bunch of people are asking.
I'm not sure if this is available. This is yellow. We have the regular white one available. Brian, do you know if this yellow one's available, or we're just, usually we have the white version. I did let one go to our new PhD. Is it Rodrigo? Because to celebrate his PhD, Share Bear bought him one. So I did let a yellow go for that purpose. It's a celebratory reason. I kind of did a crisscross to show a little bit, because it kind of matches my petal. You may not like it, but I kind of like it. Kind of like a bow tie effect. This is very, very delicate work. Not a lot of people could do this. Auntie will be like, I don't want to do that. And this would be something that I sent to a very, very, very special client that needs this delicate work. Then if you have extra, you could cut it. But again, this is not the right tool. I didn't have my clips. So, there you go. And then you can move the wire however you want it. Then here, it's really quick. This one you could do that. And you can see the difference of having the easier wear out is this. Then you have a thicker wire. So it's up to your preference. But the best way is to be able to just do wire because you don't really see as much of it. But this won't work because the stem is more brown. It kind of is self-camouflage into this wire, thicker wire. I think this works as well. But I really didn't have to do what I did, but I just kind of want to show you how to wire a more delicate flower. Obviously we can't twirl because I'll knock every flowers off. But this one is sufficient. But like I said, I just wanted to show you how to be able to wire something more delicate. And all the wire needs to go underneath it. It's just as pretty. Right, guys? And this one, I think we're gonna, are you gonna self it or cross it? Cross it, right? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Okay. Are you almost ready? You're almost ready. Because we came on late today. You're good? Yeah, then I could wrap up my pre-show because I have about 20 big arrangements I still got to do for a Lunar New Year. So I will excuse myself. Don't forget to, it's Uncle Norman. I wired this for you, Norman. Hey, Norm.
Okay.
Happy New Year, guys. Lunar New Year. And then I don't know where you're going to clip this to. And next week's Valentine's, so we'll do some hearts and mushy stuff, okay?
What's
Alright,
mushy?
so mushy, you know. Love, 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 love. I'll get this out of your way. Thanks, guys. I'll see you guys.
Brian, can you put that
really quickly
in there?
We started 2 more groups, like we really need to start any more groups. We got a total of what? Before we started these here, 2, like 14. So now we got 2 more.
She's retired.
One is called our fur baby, our children. So please go post there to share our kids. The second one is what we wanted because a lot of our groups are so specialized, you know, Parolic, Bailey, and you know, just so. Oh, you can't hear me. Can I borrow my Mac back?
Never get her out of here.
Yeah, never get me out of here. Button. See, he did it on purpose. He muted me on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
So before I got off, I was saying that, like, Jeff and I really need to start any more group. We have 2 more group that we just started. One is for our kids, our fur babies. It doesn't have to be a fur baby. It could be a lizard or whatever, animals, our kid. If it's your kid, post it, but not with 2 legs.
Cat without fur.
That's lovely too.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love that.
I love it too. I think
Yeah,
is
you
it Tracy
say-
or Stacy or
Yeah, you
Jennifer or
say
somebody?
fur. Yeah, I like that.
That's what I'm saying. I was getting to it. Lizard or whatever. As long as it's your kid that's got 4 legs. 3 legs is okay. Anyway, so post on that. And then since our group are so specialized, it's more advanced growers that we wanted to do something for the beginners to teach them how to judge a plant from, you know, Hannah, from the, you know, purchasing the blue dye orchids. So we started a group as Orchid Growing for Dummies. And we're quite, I'm the queen of dummies. I already admit it, so I'm not really offending anybody.
It's for beginners.
It's for beginners and advanced growers. But
They can help.
I needed the vans. We brought over about 20, 50 people from our VIP group that, you know, everybody's to help us to educate, because obviously we don't have enough time and to be able to catch every post, to help us help the new babies, new growers. So Orchid Grower for Dummies is great. Within a day, we had 326 members. I like to grow this to 1 million people if we can in 3 years. So can you imagine how many people we could convert to be an orchid grower? That'll be great. Since we,
Trader Joe's to Norman's.
Trader Joe's to Norman's or whoever you would like to recommend. Just don't pull out a link. This morning I deleted a few that pull out links. If you want to say something, just put DOT.com, so that will not pull up the links. That'll be great. So thank you for people that's helping. I put in about maybe 10 moderator in there to help, because we do need help, because we had to approve everybody. Jeff and I can't catch everybody. Are you calling my dog Cycle? Jeff is going like that to my dog. So I'm like, no, it's a mama's girl. Anyway, so yeah, join our group. Please help. Bring your friends in. Bring grandma. Bring your housekeeper. Bring anybody that loves orchid flowers. And don't bring your enemies, because we don't need any mean comments. Norman's trying to help again. Anyways, honey, can you smell this? Smell this? No? All right, so we're gonna go. Happy New Year again. Here, Norman. Finally. But yeah, 2 more groups for you guys to join and help. Bring your friends over, the animal lovers, the beginner orchid growers. I know where I'm not wanted. Norman has it. I know.
I think.
Talking to you.
Huh?
He has it.
I have it.
He has it.
I think she forgot
Oh.
this is pre-show only. She turned into a main show.
I was late.
Okay. I gotta sit down today. Okay, I'm gonna have some prop here. Okay, alrighty. And we got Brian back this week. Are we doing okay this week? I heard Florida is cold too. Jay, how are we doing? Okay, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit down. And Brian, can you see me? Okay. Okay, so. Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. And this week, I'm going to talk about the Stuartiana. And okay, this tray here. Can you focus on the leaf? This tray here is all Phalaenopsis Stuartiana, and you can see the variation on the leaf. Okay, this is some of my breeding plant. This one is gorgeous. Hey Brian, take a look. We saw all of this cross. This is actually this is also Stuartiana. We sell pendants with Pochorima. We sell pendences with Stuartiana. Okay, so Phalaenopsis Stuartiana is a white flower. Most of I do not have the white version in flower yet, but this is because they usually flower later. Okay, but they'll picture this. They will be just like the other cousin of the species, the Phalaenopsis Stuartiana from the Philippines. Hey, Brian. From the Philippines, and except everything will be the same except it's pure white with a spot. And the only difference is they do not have the fragrance. So they'll be like this, pure white with a yellow spot. So they both species are from the Philippines. The difference is Stuartiana usually are more compact in leaf versus the Stuartiana. Okay. I have been really interested in collecting the Stuartiana, and this cross here we sold out already. So don't ask me for the we offered them last year. It's been really good. This is actually a cross between somebody gave us a seed from the Philippines, and they found a new region of the Philippines. And I noticed what the difference is. This is your typical Stuartiana. See here? Okay, I want you to see the difference between the typical Stuartiana. Okay, this is the Stuartiana Sogo, the HCC AOS, the tissue culture. We sell a lot of this one. This is the leaf. This is another different strand. But one thing I noticed on this strand, that's a seed we got from Philippines, from a collector from a new region. But he won't tell me which region it come from, possible TKB. But this strand, we noticed I have a lot of what we call the silver leaf. Okay, so I have been collecting them. So I have Brian to help me make some crosses, and we also find some variant of the Stuartiana. Look how these are all from the same seed pod. And this is the miniature form. They are very compact versus this. Okay, so this is fun of getting the new sources. This is another one. I've actually kept it for a reason. Another silver leaf, had absolutely no pigmentation under the foliage too. But this is, so I'm trying to create, for the first time ever, a silver leaf strand of Stuartiana. So this is very exciting for me. Why Stuartiana is so important? Stuartiana was used a lot in making a lot of primary hybrid. 90% of what you see on the multi-floor, whether it's white, pink, they all have the species Stuartiana for in the background. The Stuartiana contribute. Look at this, naturally branching habit on this. Okay, and but all some of the older generation, the leaf, the flower spike can be really tall. Personally, I'm trying to avoid that line of breeding, so I'm trying to keep it this low, this height. Okay, very different than the wild, the one from the 60 and the 70. So we flower about a couple hundred, and these are the one that I keep it from last year. You see here, they don't get very tall. And this particular one, Brian, the seed pod did not help. So I was something that this one here, for example, I would try to send it to the laboratory, because this one genetically are compact versus this side. These all from the same seed pod, but this is the one. Since we're trying to self it or do a sip, did not take. The next step for us is to cut the flower spike and send it to the laboratory. Look at this. This is the same spike from last year. All right, did not dry back. Usually Stuartiana is a Euphalaenopsis. They do that back. Not only they did not die back, they're trying to have a secondary spike and give me the new spike. So we have 3 spikes, and they will can have more flower from here on such a tiny plant. And this is 4 years old. So this is a treasure to have. Flower from about 200-300 plant, and this is the smallest one. Usually we try to do it by seed to give it more variant, but when they don't even self-it, separate, the only way we can do it is by cloning them. And this is my number 2 plant. All right, look at good branching habit, short spike. So this will be good for breeding. This one is another silver plant. The leaf is a little bit narrow for me, but I think the pattern is really pretty. And always give me 2 spikes at the same time. Last spring, 2 spikes at a time. This year, 2 spikes at a time. So this is a very good genetic trait. So later on when they flower, we were trying to make the breeding again. So Stuartiana is such a wonderful species. Yeah, and this is the one that Brian put a cultivar called Silver Prince. Look at this. Carry up 4 seed pod, 1, 2, 5 seed pod for different crosses. So you guys, we will have something to look forward in 2-3 years. So this is actually very good. I have this is a sibling of this Silver Prince with another Stuartiana white, but with really dark spot on that. So compare it, your Stuartiana always going to flower earlier, about 1 month earlier than Stuartiana. And another good cross is the Stuartiana cross with Stuartiana. It's amazing. You can just go for the foliage alone. And so everybody know about the Stuartiana. So the next time you buy Stuartiana, that's why the label is so important, because if the breeder, if a nursery don't even put the cultivar there, that means that he didn't care the plant is strong enough. When we do things for breeding, we always put a corner name. Like it could be Montclair, it could be named after Jamie, Monte Vista, Jeff Young, Roger. That's to, otherwise it can be just getting like regular Stuartiana from a puppy mill, for example. You don't know the genetic. Okay, so this is why we spend so much time to segregate them, flower them, take note. This is another unborn seedling, for example, out of the same cross. Now, even though this one does not have the silver leaf, okay, I picked them. I did not. This is one of the slow one last year, and I was right. So there's something special. You see the leaf here? This is Stuartiana. That pigmentation here, it tells me that it's going to have very, very dark spot on it. That's why it's so dark here. But this is very good to breed on to the regular Stuartiana from with a white spot on that. Okay, now the nursery that did a lot of this pioneering work on Phalaenopsis Stuartiana is a French nurseryman, is called Marcel Lacour, and it was such a big sensation in the 90s. I remember one year I was at the Eastern Orchid Congress, EOC. It's not there anymore, and Marcel Lacour was one of the vendors, got invited to speak, and then he showed us a program on the what we call the French spotted. So it was a line breeding of the white onto French spotted. So it was such a sensation that he was selling unborn seeding, this big only, 1996 for $100 US, and he sold out in like 10 minutes. Okay, so why it is so important? Because this is one of the one that I recently named after a friend of mine, sister, Marlene Chen. This is what happened when you make Stuartiana onto the generation. Look how they love the flower. The spiking habit, the branching, will pass on. This one here, it's just, they usually just minimum 2 spikes per plant on a mature plant. And this is the trademark of the Stuartiana. Always the really beautiful spot. They love the flower. Sometimes the marking on the leaf tend to lose. Stuartiana, the spotting, when you make it to the complex hybrid, it's recessive, so they do not. So usually, if you want to do variegated foliage, I usually stay species by species. Anything more than 2 generations, it lost the effect. Okay, and you see the effect of Stuartiana everywhere. Even this one here. This is the hidden treasure. Okay, can you see the Stuartiana in there? Look at the spot. That's a trademark from the species Stuartiana. Okay, and Roger, I'm going to say this. Look at the branching habit from Stuartiana. This is what the characteristic. So you will see a lot of good character of Stuartiana onto the hybrid, even with the standard. How are we doing so far? Everybody happy? Everybody stay warm in New York? Okay. Now, what about if you want to grow the species by itself? Great. Stuartiana is one of the must-have species if you love Phalaenopsis. If you can grow Phalaenopsis Stuartiana, which is the one we talked about last week, you can grow Stuartiana. The same, they're all from Philippines. They're all the same area. Any of this variegated leaf, okay, I noticed even from the same seed pod, the one that have lighter variegation is going to grow faster because they do have more chlorophyll. So it makes sense. The one with the variegated leaf, especially the silver one, is going to be slower because they do not have as much chlorophyll to cover. So this is why when we offer the silver leaf usually are a lot more expensive, and because rightfully they are slow grower. This is the one I showed last week. This is the silver leaf Stuartiana versus the regular leaf Stuartiana. This have flower already. The silver leaf still taking its time. This I showed you guys this last week, right? Guess what? Still in bud. Okay, so this is why. When you growing the silver leaf, be more patient with it. Okay, they're wonderful, but this is the same one plant. Last week it still haven't flowered yet. It might take another couple of weeks to open because of silver leaf on them. Okay, so okay, and here's another Stuartiana that we're kind of watching it. So hopefully by another couple of years, we're going to offer lots of the Stuartiana with different color form for you. Okay. Now you're going to. I want to share with you some of the story on this project that I've been working with. Okay. The one on the left-hand side is also Stuartiana, but it's a variety called Nobilis. Okay, NF1229. Okay. One you have over there, right? Okay, good. 1229. Okay, I'm gonna sit down. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some story about Stuartiana variety Nobilis. This is the regular form. Okay, I was at Taiwan International Show about 10 years ago, and when we were there, and one of my good friends, he said, "Oh, Norman, come. I have something to show you." And he showed me a couple of leaves of the really small. He said, "Oh, this is the new Stuartiana." And I said, "Oh, this is interesting. It looks like miniature Stuartiana." And he said, "Yeah, according to the local, it's like yellow." I said, "No way, Jose. I never seen or heard of the yellow Stuartiana." But you know how it is. A lot of time, the orchid collector, they always trying to tell you, they found a new, so special. And of course, I'm not gonna miss the opportunity to get some. So I bought 10 of them, and I think it was $50. The biggest one is $100 a piece, 10 of them. And I leave it at my friend's nursery in Taiwan, and I said, "Can you grow this for me?" And then when they recover, we can make some seed. Guess what? Out of the 10 plant, only about 2 survive. Okay, this is one of my ex-wife don't get along with me, because she's a accounting major. The CPA never understand why we spend so much money and then have 8 plant die. Okay, it doesn't make sense at all. But that's what we are. Okay, so out of the 2 plant, one, then I do some sibling. So this is how I got this beautiful the Nobelus, but they do not have fragrance. But one of them, okay, one of them survived. It was this one here. Okay, if it didn't have flower, you would say they're the same. Okay, but this is original from that jungle collective strain that that was able to acquire and stay in Taiwan. Okay, but out of this strain, it did not have, Roger, you can show them the close-up. Okay, this is a typical wild strain. Okay, unimproved, God made them that way. What interesting enough is it has the fragrance. And sure enough, my friend the collector, he said, "Yeah, it's fragrant, but not every one of them is fragrant," he told me at the time. So I was out of the 2 survive. One of them is fragrant, and I was able to do some stem prop. And this is what I call corner name lemon drop. Most of you know I don't drink, but I do enjoy some cocktail that lemon drop. It does the smell of the lemon drop cocktail. We're very citrusy. One thing about Stuartiana nobella, the yellow form, when it first open, it looks like white, paper white. See here? And the interesting about novellas is, as the flower age, they got darker and darker as the flower age. It not like some of the yellow flower, it fade as the age. No, it get better with age. And then the warmer the temperature that today is warm today, it will have the aroma. And more interesting enough is, if you look at the back of the flower, Roger, if you can see this here, the back of the flowers is also very bright yellow on the lateral sepal. Okay, not only that, they also have an opening here, a hole here. Okay, this is designed to maximize the opportunity for the insect that when they fly in the air to find the flower for landing. Okay, so and another good landing place is the front of the lip. The Nobelus, like the regular Stuartiana, a beautiful tiger spot on here. Okay, so this is usually what I call the landing spot here, and it's been wonderful. This is a 4 years old plant, stem prop. It's very slow grower because they are variegated, and it finally it take about 3 years to reach mature size at this size. And one thing I like about this strand is, for this particular one, a lot of Nobellas have poor root system, and this clone have a very good root system. You see here? Look at this root system here. Okay. Not only that, when it's hot in the summertime, that what we had last summer, the plant cakey themselves. They clone themselves. So the plant, this cut lemon drop, it's just a wonderful. So we're gonna do more breeding with this. And one of the plant I'm gonna breed with is, hey Brian, you see that? Is the Stuartiana, the lemon drop with a yellow strand of Ceratopennensis. So we're going to use this yellow strand. The yellow strand Ceratopennensis is actually in my program, the new color form of yellow Phalaenopsis species. I finally got it. This is another strand that maybe 50% will flower yellow, 50% will flower white. So this is very good for breeding. Okay, I can put cross with onto some of the Stuartiana. But look at the leaf. Okay, both of them are species and miniatures. Ceratopennensis is a slow grower. This is 4 years old. This is 4 years old. If you're trying to make it together, if it happen, it take, you're gonna have amazing foliage. Okay. Not only that, Ceratopennensis is the only species that give you that 360-degree flowers on them. So this will be very charming. So you learn it here first, the world first premiere of the first fragrant Stuartiana and lemon drop. Okay, so don't wait on this one because we have less than 50 stem prop, and because I did not expect this could be such a slow grower. So you can order it, and what we do is Karen at the support, she will hold the plant for you until the weather is better to ship. So don't wait until the weather is warmer. By then, this will be gone. Okay. In fact, Vance was here earlier and he picked up 2. All right.
What's
So
the number on it?
Brian gonna have a number later. Okay. So, but this one here is, so this is the wild form, but this is the what we call the F1. This is been main select, and I'm very surprised with this strand. Look at this. Okay, when they first open, they are light yellow. As a flower age, okay. So this is the one that we're gonna save for breeding, and we still have a few seeding of this strand, and I'm gonna have Brian right now. Yeah, he have a number for you later. Do not. I think there's less than 20. Grab it, even if it's not in flower. Grab it because I might decide to keep all of them. One of the seeding that I save here, I'm bad. I found a really tiny miniature one out of the same population, and this one had variegated leaf. Okay, so you see here, some of them don't have variegation leaf. Okay, so this will be the one out of the whole population of this. Most of this has no flavor that we can. I'm gonna ask Brian. We're gonna start. He's gonna maybe do a sip with this, with the lemon drop. Okay, and maybe add more color to the lemon drop, and then from this seeding, this strand, we're gonna flower at least 200-300 minimum, and then we'll find the next generation of the fragrant one. Okay, so this is what I do. This is what I do when you are mad about orchid, and you always learn it from here first. Okay. All right. So that's it for the Stuartiana. Basically, I'm going to recap. They are just like Stuartiana. They're from Philippines. So this species like it warm. Okay. They do not like to go below 60 degrees at night. Okay. They can be down to 55 for about 7 to 10 days, but just do not water them. Just leave the plant dry. Just set them aside. Don't even look at it. Just leave it alone. Okay. If you have a problem with a heater, just do not water them. Then, if you need to repot any of the Stuartiana or Stuartiana, always do it after Mother's Day. Okay, after Mother's Day, that's when the day length is at least 12 hours, and it's going to be a warmer day, warmer night. If you repot them now, they're not going to do anything because they're just going to sit there because this daylight is short, or unless you got go under light, but you still don't need to have enough bottom heating, minimum 65, and then during the day, I want to make sure the room is also warm. If you have warm night, cool day, it's not going to work. The plant going to sit there. So you got actually have more problem. You run into a problem of maybe losing the root. Okay, I think this is very simplified. Most people just over pamper their orchid, and do not change your culture practice. If you read something in the internet, this horse manure tea is wonderful. Please don't do that. You have inorganic fertilizer, this so-called this wild, different kind of treatment. You just don't do that. It doesn't make scientific proven. Okay, that's it for today. Any question before I move on? Okay, so Brian, give me the yellow. Okay. Okay, so this is the name and drop. Can you make sure you have a number? So this is the size, they're all the same size, they're all the same clone. When you receive, and there'll be different degree of this is if you see the bottom leaf, always going to be darker. The top will be lighter yellow, white. That's the way they are. Okay, so this is the name and drop. Okay. Okay, and this is the name and drop. Okay, right.
Are you doing tip of the day?
Yes. Okay, for the tip of the day, okay, I'm going to use the one from last week, the NS686. Okay. A lot of time, since this is a very good Stuartiana, and then this has been booming since Christmas. Okay, and the plant is very healthy, nice root system, and I feed them with normal orchid food, and plant is very firm. Okay, if the plant are weak, I usually just cut it all the way down or let them recover. But since this one far early, okay, you can actually give it a secondary spike. Okay, but instead of cutting here, like give you a secondary spike, right? Can you see here? You can actually, you see here, there's a knot here, right? I can cut it here. So the reason I do that, I have a knot here. 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 So I'm gonna have one, two, three, four side knot for sure. Plus, because I cut off the tip here, so no more apical dominant. So there's a good chance. See this one here? It's actually ready to go. I might have one or two side branches. So this will be a secondary spike and will be ready for Mother's Day. Okay, but you only do that on a good healthy plant. I know this strand a lot. This is the NS686. If you don't have this one here yet, the 686, you need to get this strand. It's incredible. This is the 686. You see here? 686 is the pollen parent, is from the species wild strain. 686 is known for natural side branches, and this is why when you told Brian we're going to do another sip to retain this natural characteristic. And this is first bloom, by the way. You never see a first bloom Stuartiana. When I was doing a podcast, and I think it was on YouTube, I got call from Russia. Even Taiwan want to buy this strain. Even Taiwan and Philippines. I said, I'm sorry, you know, I don't ship international. All the good ones stay in the United States. Okay, but this is what the breeding is about, because in what usually what they see, and they never see a good breeding of the Stuartiana that first bloom naturally that do this. So if you like this, and this is good for under light, by the way. So if you never have a Stuartiana, always start with this strain called 686. Is a good beginner strain because they do their own thing. Okay, so this is the tip of the week. Thank you, Jeff, for reminding me. Okay, all right. So next one. Oh, see, Brian is here this week. I think the Masdevallias is charming. Brian loves Masdevallia. So this is another, I call it in the intermediate warm tolerant Masdevallia. Cute little things. Okay, and we grow them in the moss. For Masdevallia, especially under light, growing in the moss is better because they don't like to be under light, underwater. You see here, beautiful root system. So this is a good, charming, cute little one, and they don't mind the cold, by the way. So if you live in Florida, you can grow this indoor, or you can leave it outside in the shade. But right now, go ahead and leave it outside when it's cold. Okay. This is the Dendrochitum. This is the charming little one. Can you focus on this? I think I have about 8 of this left. These are all division. So this is grow just like with your Cattleya. Jeff, you guys focus on this, right? Okay, good, good. So another miniature. Okay. Speaking of the variegated leaf, Ho Chi Minh. Okay. Buy the mature side because the season is coming. So it's buy the mature side right now because they are starting far. This, look at the foliage, okay? Okay, just buy the biggest one on at the website. The season is coming, so you save at least $10 for the spiking. In about 2-3 weeks, most of these will be start spiking. So get them now. Okay, and then this one is a new one. Right here. It's a new micro Cattleya, and I just love this one. This is actually Golden Sensation hybrid. When they first open, it's yellow, and as a flower age, it turned into pumpkin orange. Okay, and then very small, and I can actually, this one actually I just bought it from outside in the patio. So it dropped down to 45 degrees at night, no problem. This one is a Cattleya arrandiaca, have all kinds of cool species behind it. And the best part is they're really small. This is about 3.5 years old. Look at the root system. Okay, so this is the number. This is the Shin Feng little son, golden boy. And they make nice specimen too. And that crystal like the Hello Kitty pink. All right, lots of potential. Love. You don't need to stack it. Very nice. They flower twice a year. I can grow this outside. That's cymbidium, and then you don't need to stake it. Okay. All right. This is the MC 1953, and it's Sakura Candy Hello Kitty. Yeah, it's a nice candy top hybrid. I love R shape. Okay, this one here is if you do not have a good orange red, this is the work of Ox Orchid Nursery, and it's 1480 is Ox Golden Apple. This clone is called Core, and it's kind of late this year, but this is a premium size. Don't give yourself a sticker shock when you see the price higher, because we had to charge the height of the plant. But the plant is, look at the length. The spike is actually thicker than the bamboo. Okay, this is and the plant is very compact versus, and look at this. This is what we call the premium grade. Look at all this here. This will fall all the way to Mother's Day. If you don't have a good R-shaped Phalaenopsis, the standard type, this is the one to have, and perfect for the V-Day. Okay, Brian. Okay. Okay, and this is the other one of the Trinity. This is the Newsberry Sakura. This one does not have the polaric, but still good. Still miniature. They're coming 1 to 2 spike. Is half Parisiae. So you know, anything with Parisiae is easy. The flower spike is tall. It's really charming. Okay. All right. This is Newsberry. The stand doesn't come with it, right? No. Okay. All right, and we have 2 Phalaenopsis that have the influence from Stuartiana. The first one here is the what we call the Lacou, the French spotted effort. So this is the traditional line breeding from the French, the Stuartiana. It's reminding me I have another podcast presentation tomorrow. Okay, and then this is another one here. Is what our Harlequin with spot. This one here. Both of them are beautiful Phalaenopsis, and they are in season right now. Okay, Crystal, you got those 2 number? Okay. Oh, you notice the path is starting to come to season now. Deltinaria alba is coming to season, and alba have a gorgeous foliage. Look at the leaf. If you go regular Deltinaria, they will have some pigmentation underneath, but the alba, this is the most vigorous of the alba strain. Deltinaria alba, it's silver size, but you know, if you can, this is actually great companion. They found the South Vietnam, and great companion plant with the Phalaenopsis, golden side by side. Okay. Woohoo! Okay, so this is the Nobialis. Okay, but this is the one that doesn't have fragrance. So this is the F1 that I want. We've been sip crosses so to get the flower getting bigger and better. But most of them do not have variegated leaf. The Nobialis, most of them do not have variegated leaf. But I'm very proud of this strain. This year is just phenomenal. It's big flower, good substance, and the spotting, and the color is incredible. Okay, and ooh, perfect timing for those of you like the species Catasetum. This is the all green. This is the one from Japan. This is the whole flower is green flower. So they are in season right now. This is the first bloom meristem, so they get bigger and more flower as they age. But this is gonna be amazing fragrance. Okay, this is MC973, and we think we have less than 30 plants left now. So get it now. I think I just break the flower. Great, Jamie didn't find. Good thing Jamie didn't see it. Okay, now this is the remake of the old stable classic. This is the fused orange nugget, but this clone is called kumquat because the flower opened. If you live in Florida, this is just like your gold digger. You know, no, Jamie, I didn't call it gold digger. It's a Cattleya called gold digger. It's just massive. This is called fused orange. Okay, it has the. I'm just related. Everybody have gold digger in a collection in South Florida. But this is the orange nugget. It's a fused orange nugget, kumquat. Okay, cute. And finally, one of the rarest Dendrobium species in the world, Dendrobium farmeri alba, the polaric one. Okay, we saw up when we had the Tamiami show last year in January. we sold out. We sold out every plant we brought in at Miami at the preview party. And this is from Japan, okay? And it got the gold medal from Japan. The nice thing about this, look at this. They rebloom from the old can. Every can is capable. So all these can will flower. So this gives you a lot of good value in just tiny little plant. This is not only is the rare alba form of the Dendrobium flammeri, but this is the prolific form. It received a gold medal. It's that FCC in AOS. And it's the compact, and look at this, all this all can. All right, so they are gorgeous plant. After the flower finish, you can actually put it in the basket. If it's in Florida, you can hand them. All these can are capable of flower. Look at this. This year, by next spring, this year, okay, at least 4 or 5 spikes on them. Okay, so here we go. We all have a newest stuff, the best stuff from Asia. This is from Japan, okay. And another one, I know I cannot go to Japan for the Grand Prix Orchid Show at Tokyo Dome this year, but this is another find I found from Japan back in 2015. And I featured it last week, but I see another nice example. This is Ladia lupescens hybrid, okay. You notice the leaf is kind of dirty-ish? Don't worry, I can cut it off because I got this outdoor. Okay, this is Ladia lupescens. Ladia lupescens is hardy. They don't get big. Look at how small. And very, very reliable. This is the number here. Very reliable because every year they always flower for Valentine's Day. It never fails. So if you want to give yourself a Valentine's cattleya, this is the one. Okay, great. Thank you.
Jimmy said, 照这走到这边，所以他可以打，没办法。
Okay, Jeff, can you come up here to help me? Any more? Jeff, come here. Oh. And we have one more. Last one, but not the least one. Okay, here's another cattleya. Jeff, help me here. Okay, so this is the Yangming Orange Sensation hybrid, and it's another good yellow. And Jeff, I know you look good on the light. It's a pre-show for Jeff. Jeff is gonna cover for me next week, right? He have a new product, a bright light for cattleya. Okay, good. So this is perfect for your cattleya. The flower first yellow, and as they mature, they turn orange and have beautiful red lip. So I will not be here next week. Next week is Chinese New Year holiday, and this is my year. I'm ox, so as a superstitious, I'm not supposed to work on the Chinese New Year holiday. So Jeff is gonna cover for me. And anything else you want to add, Jamie?
Happy birthday to you.
We have another birthday?
Happy birthday.
Oh wow!
Come on, don't make me sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. It's just birthday.
This is double cheesecake.
Double cheesecake. Ooh.
Just for
Jeff, when was your birthday?
Can I have your camera?
Yeah.
I try to get Cindy, but she's got 2 holidays, so she says she's so sorry. So we ordered this double cheesecake.
delicious.
And thank you for Brian to help to this day.
Thanks for Brian. We really love to have you here. Okay.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Okay.
birthday.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate the wishes.
Are you gonna have some wish and blow the
You
candle?
gotta have a wish and then blow your
Do
candle.
you have an announcement?
Wait, hold on. Can you? Cause it's gonna melt. Thank you. Happy birthday.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.
The non-profit will do tomorrow. Next week.